The most violent country in the world in the 19th century, by far, was perhaps the most democratic or second most democratic, and that was Britain. You can be democratic at home and ruthlessly imperial abroad. The most violent country in the world since 1950 has been the United States. It's been by far involved
Jeffrey,
in more,
stop now. Jeffrey, Jeffrey, I'm your moderator, and it's enough.
Okay, I'm done.
Shalom, Akim, Barak YAHAWAH, Barak YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, QADASH. Noble honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well, who taught me this truth, enough respect and salutations to the fellow Akim, the house of David, the hopefully elect. This is your brother YAHAWASHI coming to you once again with another lesson. And as you just heard, Jeffrey Sachs was questioned, all right, on American imperialism. And the response that the people, all right, got was not what they wanted. It was not scripted. It was well much put into play, such as the scriptures do. Babylon the Great, how violently this country is. Okay, not only that, but her mother as well. Great Britain, the UK, you know? We're going to get into these precepts, Lord willing, this will be edifying and comforting. The Lord told us these things would take place, right? We're going to go ahead and start at the book of St. Mark, chapter 3, and let's start at 23. And he called to them unto him and said unto them in parables, right? How can Satan cast out Satan? Because most of you people think right now, all right, as you've been widely misled by the popularity of the Catholic Church, that this is some entity under earth torturing you with fire, you know? But that's not the case, okay? Let's continue to read, and it's going to explain. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Again, this is a parable. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And in this case, this is YAHAWASHI's words. We're speaking on Esau, Edom's kingdom. This regime that he got set up, this monopoly, okay, that he has been controlled for over the past few hundred years, man. You know? That house is the house of Edom, right? Verse 26, it goes back to that point. And if Satan rise up against himself, you see that? And be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. And we understand that better is the ending of a thing, okay? Better is the ending of a thing than the beginning thereof. And we know that these things are taking place, such as nation against nation. All right, rising up against themselves. Those nations mainly are jockeying for position. It's pretty much like the Game of Thrones. All of them are the same nationality, with a few exceptions here and there, such as China, okay, India, right? But the main players, you know, NATO, the EU, Babylon the Great, along with Russia, man. All right, these people are at each other necks, man. Let's get something else. Let's go to the book of Psalm 64, because the Lord told us these things would take place. Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongues who fall up on themselves. All that see them shall flee away. You have these certain nations looking at America. All right, they want to take up a taunting proverb against this bitch. You see? They see the iniquity. They see the unjust. They see the billions and billions of dollars that continue to be sent to Ukraine, and it's not adding up. All right? We understand that 2 + 2 is 4, but when you send the media some damn illusion, they don't believe it or see it the way we see it. You know, because why? We have the scriptures to comfort us, man. That man, Jeffrey Sachs, speaking on American imperialism, just told these people that the worst countries, the most violent countries, from the Britain over there in the UK and America, man. And when he mentioned Babylon the Great, as is in America, right? They told him he need to cut it out. He the moderator, man. All right, and this is what strife and envy is, man. You know, this is. We'll get that word, strife. Let's get something real quick. The book of St. James is James 3:15. And it reads, this wisdom, Salakia, 16. It says, for where envying and strife is, right, there is confusion and every evil work. And that's on all spectrums, you see. But for the sake of this lesson and for the sake of what we just witnessed, you see what this strife is. Let's get this word strife real quick, just a simple Google definition. All right, first is Ares, the Greek goddess of discord. That's not by, mere fact of coincidence. You know, conflict, angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues. Conflict, a fundamental issue is, America's reign and the reign of terror that America has put up on this planet Earth is very much indeed true. So when these people call you out on your bullshit, you wanna stop them. All right, we see that going on now. The silencing of the truth speakers. All right, even if they do have a zeal according to YAHAWASHI, but not according to knowledge, they're still what truth speakers. They're speaking the truth, man. All right? And again, this is them telling them about themselves, man. And this is another one, right? Let's see, it's Proverbs, I went to 8, I think 28. Get this real quick. Proverbs 28 and verse 25. It says, he that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife. And we just read what strife is, man. Okay, and I won't just get that first part. We're going to continue. But he that putteth his trust in the Lord, YAHAWAH, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, shall be made fat. Okay, plentiful, man. You know. But going back, that proud heart, it stirreth up that strife, that confusion, that conflict, that bitterness of fundamental issues, man. You don't want to speak on what's simply logic. You want to speak on something that you can control the narrative of. And we see that with this nation of Esau, Edom. We see that with his constituents, okay? And those that support him in the ways that they do, frivolously. Hey, those gonna be thrust through as well. Those that are joined unto them shall also be thrust through, man. Roughly paraphrased. Let's get this Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Let's start at 5. 6 is the point I want to get. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Here we go back with that proud. All right, person. Okay, the characteristics of a fugitive. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, as is the grave. They could take as many bodies as the ground need, man. All right, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth up to him all people, and that's that America rulership, where they have over 700 plus bases, military bases, all right, militant bases, and over 75, 80 something countries, man. That's damn near 10 bases per country. That's overkill, man. And what do he do when he get and invade these places, such as he's doing in Haiti, right? He comes there and he indoctrinates you. He feeds you with the philosophies and the rudiments that he wants you to believe in and think in, for you to think like him. He transgressed by that wine, which is his philosophy. This is why he's a proud-ass man. Let's continue. Verse 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, by theft, by robbery, by murder, okay? These things you have done to gain in this world, right? It says, how long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay, debt on top of debt on top of debt. In America, trillions of dollars in debt, man. They just show you the tip of the iceberg. They don't show you what's really looming, all right, here in America, on the soils of America. You think they really, you think it'll be beneficiary to the elites to tell you what the fuck is gonna go down? Well, the scriptures are right on point. And this is what these nations are doing now, man. They're seeing the iniquity. They're seeing the transgression. They're seeing how they get down, man. All right? And they don't want no part no more, man. You see? Go to the book of Isaiah 14:4. It says, let's start at 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou hast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. You see that? Because this place was once, a thriving producer of iron, many different things, producer of its own goods. Now we have turned into the consumer, all right? We don't do nothing but sit down and on our couch, kick our feet up, and consume. Therefore, nothing is being done anymore, man. This golden city was at the pinnacle, at the height of rich, and the American dream, which we find out is the American nightmare. It's done. The music is trash. The city is slowing down. Let's continue. Verse 5, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And, to keep yourself up, you use what? Staff. That's for what? Support, man. And these main intricate, such as these diesels, gas in America, the artery of America, such as the Mississippi River. All right, these things was once a staple. All right, these mom and pop stores before pre-pandemic was a staple in the community and for the soils of America. Now they're being dried up. Right? It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. And just like the prophets and the apostles got persecuted, hey, the persecution is also turning on the wicked as well, man. As we read Deuteronomy 30:7, mentions that these curses shall turn on your enemies, man. So let's end this off. In the book of Isaiah, get 33 and 1, it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So you get, what you have been given out, Esau, Edom. And the Lord is not going to quit that. Y'all have been the most violent and rude and peasant behaviors that you had. It's just filthy, man. Lord is discovering those skirts, man, and showing the nakedness, showing the nations your nakedness. Lord willing, this was edifying and comforting. On to the next one. Shalom.